Queen's Indian defense, Fianchetto, Nimzowitsch variation, Nimzowitsch attack, 5, c66.nc3. Sharp a back and forth game where both players had chances. That game was pretty competitive. The opening was balanced. Both players navigated the middle game well. Both players had incredible precision in the endgame. Opening with the queen's pawn. The Indian game begins by controlling the important e4 square with the knight, rather than a pawn. By taking control of the crucial d5 square and creating a space on which the knight can move to c3 without obstructing the c-pawn, move c4 helps to create a strong center. The move e6 creates a line for the dark squared bishop, sets up a rapid castle, and prepares to push a pawn to d5 and recover the piece if it is taken. Nf3 develops toward the center, putting pressure on the e5 square and adding another defender to the d4 pawn. The Queen's Indian defense prepares to fianchetto the light squared bishop on b7, where it will have influence on the long diagonal. The light squared bishop is getting ready to be fianchetto on g2, where it will be positioned on the long diagonal. ba6 immediately attacks the undefended c4 pawn, hoping to provoke b2 b3. qa4 develops the queen, defends the c4 pawn and attacks the bishop on a6. This develops a knight from its starting square, activating it. By doing this, a bishop moves out of its beginning square and into the action. That's good. This is not the right idea. It is an inaccuracy. Castling gets the king to a safer square, out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. Castling kingside tends to be safer because the king is further from the center. It is good. Castling develops a rook, while also moving the king to safety. Castling to the same side of the board as the opponent tends to lead to less sharp positions as compared with opposite side castling. This strikes at the center, countering the opponent's ability to grab space. It is the last book move. It is a fair deal after all captures. It is quite good. Recaptures. It is ideal. This poses a knight-winning threat. It is incorrect. This offers an equal trade of pieces. This threatens to win a pawn. This stops the opponent from being able to win a knight. It is best. This prevents the adversary from winning a pawn. That's good. A solid choice. It is excellent. This misses a chance to threaten a queen and gain tempo. It is incorrect. There were worse moves, but also something much better. It is an inaccuracy. This develops a rook off its starting square, getting it into the action. It is good. That's a decent move. That's good. This is a missed chance to offer an equal exchange of goods. It is incorrect. This poses a threat to strike a knight. It is incorrect. There was only one good move in that position. It is a miss. Very precise. It is best. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. This is the only move that works. It is best. Recaptures. This threatens to win a pawn. It is excellent. This wins time by threatening a bishop and forcing it to move away. It is good. This overlooks an opportunity to win a pawn. It is a miss. That's fine. It is good. This misses the chance to provide an equitable exchange of pieces. It is incorrect. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This is the only good move. It is a great move. Recaptures. It is ideal. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. As a result, the rooks are placed in a single file and are able to cooperate to pose a danger. That's good. This misses an opportunity to double the pawns in front of the king. It is a mistake. This mobilizes the knight, allowing it to control more of the board. It is good. This forces doubled pawns in front of the opponent's king, decreasing its safety and harming the pawn structure. It is good. This misses a chance to win back a piece. It is incorrect. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. It is best. Recaptures, from a previous move. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. This misses a chance to protect a pawn that was being attacked. It is incorrect. Only one move worked there, and this wasn't it? This ignores an opportunity to add a defender to a vulnerable pawn. It is a mistake. What I would have advised is that it is ideal. This wins a tempo by threatening a queen and forcing it to move away. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. This buys time by putting a knight in danger and getting it to flee. It is ideal. There was only one good move there. This permits the opponent to take an open file with the rook. It is a mistake. Now that the rook is on an open file, it is easier to control squares all over the board. It is ideal. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. It is best. This misses a chance to pose a pawn-winning threat. It is incorrect. This is the only move that works. This was a game-changing move. Black is no longer in a losing position. It is a great move. This poses the risk of producing a passed pawn. It is ideal. There was only one good move in that position. It is a mistake. This misses a fantastic but elusive move. It falls flat. This buys time by putting a rook in danger and getting it to flee. It is ideal. The rook is now on a square that is more secure. It is ideal. This wins time by threatening a queen and forcing it to move away. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. This moves the queen to safety. It is best. This blocks an attack on a vulnerable pawn. This is the only good move. It is a great move. That is a logical response. It is quite good. This is an equal trade. This is the only move that works. It is best. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. This keeps the material balance in check with good commerce. It is quite good. Recaptures. It is ideal. The pawn is now suitably protected. It is quite good. This wins a tempo by threatening a knight and forcing it to move away. It is good. The knight is thus brought to safety. It is ideal. This avoids the knight's check. It is ideal. The knight is now on a square that is more secure. It is ideal. While not a mistake, that is also not the wisest course of action. That's good. The rooks are linked by this, making it easier for them to work together in the future. It is ideal. This is how you take the pawn. It is ideal. This threatens to fork pieces. This allows the opponent to activate a rook by getting it to the 7th rank. It is an inaccuracy. This places a rook on the 7th rank, activating it and putting the other side's king under pressure. It is ideal. This protects an underdefended pawn that is under attack. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This is the start of the endgame and white is equal. It is an inaccuracy. A very strong play. It is excellent. Very precise. It is best. That's a decent move. That's good. This is not the best. It is an inaccuracy. That's fine. It is good. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. Backs off. It is ideal. What I would have advised is that it is ideal. This avoids the rook's check. It is ideal. This poses a risk of winning a pawn. It is ideal. This moves the checking rook farther away. It is ideal. This is an equal trade. It is best. This turns the pawn into a passed pawn, which means no other pawn may oppose it as it advances. This can make a check visible. It is ideal. This protects the attacked pawn. This stops the opponent from being able to reveal a check. It is good. This activates a rook by getting it to the 7th rank and also restricts the opponent's king. This threatens to play checkmate. It is best. This threatens to win a bishop. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This avoids the rook's check. It is ideal. The pawn is now adequately defended. This is the only move that works. This threatens to play checkmate. It is a great move. This prevents the opponent from being able to play checkmate. It is good. This blocks the check from an opposing rook. It is good. The bishop is now in a secure position. That's good. On the file, the rooks are strategically doubled and forcefully combined. It is ideal. This places a rook on the 7th rank, activating the rook and restricting the opponent's king. This threatens to play checkmate. It is excellent. Sharp a back and forth game where both players had chances. That game was pretty competitive. The opening was balanced. Both players navigated the middle game well. Both players had incredible precision in the endgame.